Bangladesh is now global watch for its national election. With the electoral atmosphere growing increasingly tense, concerns mounting over street mobilization and public security, the interim government has announced a nationwide deployment of law enforcement agencies for 7 days, ahead of the 13th parliamentary election and July charter referendum. Polling is scheduled for 12 February. In preparation, security forces will be deployed across the country from 8th to 14th of February. According to a circular by the Ministry of Home Affairs, law enforcement personnel will remain on duty for a total of 7 days, beginning 4 days before polling day, continuing on election day itself and extending for 2 days afterwards. The Election Commission says nearly 130 million voters are registered for this election. Voting will take place in 300 parliamentary constituencies with around 43,000 polling centers and approximately 260,000 polling booths set to be established nationwide. Under the preliminary security plan, between 13 and 18 law enforcement personnel will be deployed at each polling center. In total, more than 700,000 security personnel will be engaged in election duties. This includes around 500,000 members of the Ansar and Village Defense Party. Over 90,000 members of the armed forces will be deployed alongside the police, the Rapid Action Battalion, Border Guard Bangladesh, and the Coast Guard. The election schedule was announced by the Chief Election Commissioner on 11 December. However, tensions escalated soon after the announcement. July revolutionary Usman Hadi was shot, and the arson attacks were later reported at 2 major installations in the country. In response, security was strengthened at the Election Commission Secretariat as well as for the Chief Election Commissioner, other election commissioners, returning and assistant returning officers, and election offices nationwide. Even before schedule was declared, the Election Commission held multiple meetings with senior law enforcement officials to assess the law and order situation. Further discussions followed after the announcement. As part of this continuing process, the Home Ministry has now issued the latest security directive. Despite the heightened security measures, incidents of political violence and sabotage have not been fully eliminated. As the election approaches, the nation is watching closely to see whether this extensive security deployment will be sufficient to maintain stability throughout the polling period.